Welcome back, you degenerates, to the number one fantasy football podcast in your world. I'm your great host and the number one fantasy advisor in the world with my other co-host, Billy the Wilson. How you doing?
I'm good. You forgot to mention I'm the greatest fantasy football player in the world. If you're the advisor, I must be the player.
Oh, I forgot. I'm the greatest handicapper fantasy in the world.
What?
I don't know.
He's mentally handicapped is what he was trying to say.
I'm the handicap giving you fantasy advice.
Listen,
Bing bong!
Bing bong. It's come to our realization. Mike isn't very good at fantasy football.
That's not true.
Mike, how many leagues you in?
One right there.
Three.
That trophy is mine.
He's in 3, right?
3 leagues.
How many leagues are you in the playoffs?
0.
Oh.
No over 500 records.
I'm in 4. I missed playoffs in 1.
Listen.
Bye in 2. First round bye. That means I'm a top 2 team.
Can we get the combined record for Mike on the year? What's that? 1-13.
I don't even know what the other one.
4-10 and 6-8.
He's got 11 wins between 3 leagues.
Listen, I'm telling you guys.
There's leagues out there he wouldn't get in the playoffs with all of his leagues combined.
My brain can only focus on one thing. We already went over this.
And you couldn't focus on that one thing either, huh?
Oh no, I already in the beginning of the year it was like I spread it evenly, and then I slowly went to 2, and then I was like, nope. By that time, it was too late.
Yeah, I mean, your team never really had a chance, but
What do you mean? I was fighting till the last game.
you were fake fighting.
You were begging me.
You were fake fighting like the Raiders are fake fighting for a playoff spot.
They never were.
They got a chance.
Gruden has a better shot at being a coach than
If your
the
fantasy
Raiders
team
win.
had a chance, then they absolutely had a chance. You had no shot the last week to make.
That's
the
because
playoffs.
I lost one meaningless game. to a
Every
loser.
game is meaningful.
Sounds like
I
a
know.
personal
You
I
lost to
lost to
me.
a
Maybe you
loser.
would have beaten me.
I should have.
Yeah, but you didn't.
My team was better.
It's playoff season, baby.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
What does that mean?
Means there's injuries fucking everywhere. It's
and
not mean.
COVID spreading
COVID,
like
yeah.
wildfire.
I started to write the list of players on COVID, and then in the last 24 to 36 hours, a player's been added to that list every 30 seconds. So just look out for that. Just keep an eye on whatever person you need. Keep getting them updates because it's too many people. Too many people for us to list. We only have a short amount of time. Let's move on. Injury season. Austin Eckler. Ankle. Questionable. I'd personally say doubtful because of the short week they play on Thursday. I don't think he plays. Kareem Hunt out this week. Is an ankle injury, correct?
Yeah,
Correct.
he's getting an MRI on it. Yeah.
Oh, not good. Lamar Jackson, also an ankle. Didn't look great. If he misses time, it could be a big deal. A lot of losses in
it's
fantasy season.
an ankle sprain, so it might miss a game.
That division's looking hectic over there.
Yeah, Huntley
Yeah.
looked good though.
He
Yeah.
did.
He did. He looked Lamar-esque.
Well,
Probably
when
more
anybody-
accurate too.
When anyone can run over there, I mean,
Yeah.
it works out.
Josh Allen day to day with a foot sprain, even though Mike said that he was gonna be out for the year.
I didn't say that.
That's
No,
what you
he-
texted me.
Anytime a player is has a cast around his foot, a boot on his ankle, it's not looking good.
He's day to day, will play. I do think it might affect his rushing total this week, so just keep an eye on that. Aaron Rodgers toe fracture, says he suffered a setback. They're in a playoff spot already, so if they win again this week, they might be locked in to have at least home field. So be careful.
No, they can't be. But they want the 1 seed.
They want the bye.
They only one team gets a bye now. I don't think he's missing any time.
I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, keep an eye on it. DJ Moore day to day with a hamstring injury. Hamstring, we tell you week in, week out, be careful. They linger. They don't look good. DJ Moore, if you're in a playoff situation, I'd definitely consider sitting him, even if he does play. Terry McLaurin, concussion protocol. He'll probably play. He took a nasty fall, though.
Deserved it.
Wow.
Deserved it.
That's not nice. TJ Hawkinson, hopefully he can return week 15, so that means he's doubtful to return week 15.
No, I
You
think
went
it was
over that?
COVID though, right?
Now he's got COVID.
No, that was why he missed the game. I thought.
I have no idea.
No, he was hurt.
I'm not currently a Hawkinson owner.
I think he was hurt and had COVID because he missed a week before, too.
You could be hurt and have COVID.
Well, perfect example. Christian McCaffrey. He was taken off of injury reserve and put on COVID reserve today.
True.
Yeah.
It wasn't COVID. It was a hand injury, so I was wrong.
A hand injury? You're a tight end. You don't even need your hand.
I mean,
He definitely needs his
kind of
hand.
need the hand.
You only need
gotta
one
be able to
hand.
catch and
only need
block.
one hand.
And block. He's got to do two
Oh,
positions at
now
once.
tight ends block.
They
He
do.
does.
Not Kyle Pitts.
No,
Yeah, 'cause
Kyle
he's not a
Pitts.
tight
You
end.
mean tight end
He
six?
sits on the sideline.
He's a wide receiver.
It
Wide
was
receiver
wild
bum.
watching the end of that game. We'll get into it more. He wasn't there on the goal line. What the fuck are the Falcons doing?
Losing.
Yeah, they're not losing.
No,
though.
they're not. They're right. They're right there in the
They're
They're
playoffs.
in the
winning.
playoffs. They're going to be in the playoffs. Watch.
The Falcons have a better shot at making the playoffs than Mike's team did all year.
Playoff Patterson. That's what I'm telling you right now.
Kyle Pitts
yeah.
carries the Falcons to the playoffs.
What? So what?
Definitely not happening, boys.
Waiver wire. We didn't really. Mike gave up on the season, so we're gonna wing
I
it.
gave up on everything.
Pick up a backup quarterback is one of my advices. If you have idiot league mates, sorry, you didn't do that to me.
But you have any quarterbacks in mind?
I didn't even look because I have Josh Allen, so I don't need to worry about that.
He's going to need Josh Allen when Allen doesn't play.
So pick up a backup
I like people like
quarterback.
Kirk Cousins. I like people who just get definite fantasy points, though boom or bust guys.
I don't think Kirk Cousins would be available.
Could be.
I think you're looking at
Tell me what I'm looking
Matt
at.
Ryan, Cam Newton,
Nope.
Carson Wentz.
Mike needs to take a minute, so
That's fine. Trying to get out of his way. Maybe Big Ben, Justin Fields maybe is interesting.
I do like Justin Fields.
Justin Fields isn't a terrible option, but other
It
than
depends. It depends what your league looks like. I don't know. And then backup defenses. Me and you did a thing. We both had backup defenses.
that, yeah.
It's very important. Play the matchups. I usually pick mine up week 12, week 11. We told you a few weeks ago. But if you didn't, do it. And last but not least, tight end. Like, this is assuming you don't need people, like with injuries. This is just playoff strategy. You're going to want maybe a backup tight end to play the matchups. Me, I got lucky. I have two decently good tight ends, so I don't really have to worry about it. But my roster also looks kind of weak because I have two defenses, two tight ends.
Well, I mean, Ricky Seals-Jones might actually be a solid
Yes.
add if you need a backup tight end. And I really love Cleveland's defense this week against the Raiders, who've averaged 12 points a game for about a month.
Yeah.
So that's like a sneaky defense.
Yeah, and if you're a gambling man, just bet on the Browns.
that too.
Has not failed 4 weeks in a row.
Cowboys, if they're available, I doubt it. What about Texans? Would you add the Texans against the Jaguars?
Yes.
That's
absolutely.
That's a sneaky.
Because now it's at this point, they're both going to try to lose. I think they're both going to try to lose, but the Texans are just a better team.
Yeah, they actually somewhat look like a football team compared to the Jaguars.
And then maybe the Jaguars draft another quarterback to start the year next year. So they're trying to get a highest spot as possible. Maybe draft Matt Pickett. Yeah. Oh, I had, what's his name? Laquan on the Jaguars. Treadwell?
Laquan Treadwell.
Laquan Treadwell has 4 catches in his last 3 games. Might be somebody to look at if you're just destroyed with COVID/injuries. He's the only guy getting consistent targets on the team. Just thought it was weird. Thought I'd share. You're not going to get 20 points. You're going to get 8. But Cole Beasley, people like that. Dependable. You want dependable on your bench when it comes to playoffs before your opponents take them. What were you going to say?
No, I was saying Amon St. Brown maybe is worth it. I don't know. I mean, you're really you're fucking struggling if you're thinking about starting him in the playoffs, though.
Alan Lazard has a solid schedule going into playoffs. It's tough.
You got to be in deep leagues.
I'm the type of guy that I ride with what got me there. Win, lose, or draw. Yeah, I gotta do. I have multiple people I can fill in and do different things with. Like my team is decently deep, but for the most part, my line's staying the same.
Yeah, we've said this every year. At least I always do. You got to ride or die with the guys who got you there, and if they lose it, they lose it. Like I'm not benching. I don't know.
I'm not benching Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, like I'm not benching Tyreek Hill. I'm not benching Jamar Chase, even though he's been super inconsistent. Like you just got to ride or die with that at that point.
Yeah.
I think Mike's finally.
Mike, you back?
Is back. Well, he will be once he.
He's coming back.
Coming home. I'm coming home.
That's all right. It's right on time to start the games, Mike. First Thursday night, we're talking Chiefs versus the Chargers. Mike, what do you like? What do you got going on?
Gotta love the MVP of the league. My QB, Herbert and Eckler. Gotta love the matchup.
Wow. Coming from a team who's been just shutting everybody down, huh?
Yeah, honestly, I love Chief defense. All in the past 3 weeks, I've had more than 10 points fantasy-wise. They get into the pass rush. I love they signed what's his name?
Melvin.
They traded for him, Melvin Ingram.
Yeah, so then why would you like Herbert and Eckler in there?
I just think they're matchup proof.
I mean, you're going to start them regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have no choice.
We just talked about, I don't know if you heard, just starting your studs.
Yeah,
Starting the guys who got
studs.
you there.
I think it's most importantly to have your handcuff and even have handcuffs to people you think that are not injured because of COVID.
Yeah.
So
that's what we just went over. Mike Williams, only one game this year with less than 5 targets, but he just hasn't been producing the past 4.
Well,
he had a
12.
decent.
Yeah, 12. Is 12 producing, or is that just like his average? It's not producing what you need. Mike, you on Mike Williams? How you doing?
Great.
Well, no, I think he had one good game recently. He had
He had the week before, and then this week is a fine week.
12, 16, and then he had an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not great. It's not what he was putting up. Not getting consistent.
No, I don't think you've gotten that since week 5. So, yeah, you're kind of if you.
Yeah.
I think you'll take even the 12 at this point.
If Eckler cannot go, because yes, it is a short week. Yes, I know Joe Green said he will play. I don't believe him. I would not start Joshua Kelly or Justin Jackson.
Fuck no.
Would not.
It's
That
last
ruins-
resort.
ruins- No. I'd pick up Rashad Penny. I'd pick up
Yeah.
whoever. You know.
You got. I mean,
The reason why-
so far down the list.
The reason why I wouldn't play him is because you don't know which one's going to get the carry.
Exactly.
You don't know.
It's a bad matchup, regardless if Chris Jones
Yeah.
plays or not.
You don't know who's gonna play. It's a bad matchup, and they both stink. It's 3 recipes. 3 recipes. Good for a nice shit sandwich.
I didn't even realize Joshua Kelly was still on the team until I saw him get a carry last week. I was like, wow, I thought for sure they cut him. I mean, he was so bad.
No way. They're not gonna let that happen.
Like,
On the Chiefs side, everybody's gonna play. Anybody you've been playing is going to play.
You're playing Gordon now that he has.
Gordon's got COVID.
Fine. He gets a touchdown. He gets a COVID.
Just same as OBJ.
It's
Guy
good to
gets a
see it.
touchdown, gets
are you
COVID.
playing Josh Gordon? Like,
That
you're
was
really going to play fucking
That
Josh
was a joke,
Gordon?
that was a
You know what I meant.
The bigger question: what do you think about starting? I don't know what Williams it is. The running back for the Chiefs, the other Williams.
Oh, Damian Williams. That's
They're
Yeah.
both
one.
That's
been
actually a good
going off.
question.
Yeah.
This is a bigger question because now they're
Darrell.
both Darrell. Yeah, Darrell has been producing equal to Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
No, it's not equal.
I wouldn't call it equal, but he's getting used to passing game more. He's been lining up out wide. I don't hate it. It's a juicy matchup.
I'd rather that than play Joshua Kelly.
I'd rather not start a running back to play Joshua Kelly. I'd rather just not. I'd rather own two. I'd rather have to not play a kicker in my running back position. Do anything besides play Joshua Kelly. I like that you brought that up. That's a good point. You could throw him in a flex if you're desperate.
I mean, you're desperate. Yeah.
Next, we have Saturday games this week.
I did
Love
not know
it.
that. I had no idea until I just saw this.
You're welcome.
I didn't even know the Raiders play on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a nice,
I mean,
beautiful.
They're not really playing. They're just there.
They're just there. Slam the Browns. Sorry to Joe's dad, but it doesn't matter. Hunter Renfrow became a league winner.
Always was.
No,
Was he?
when Waller went down, it really became.
Yeah, I can't even finish my sentence before he tells me he's right.
I didn't say I was right. I just always liked
Always
it.
was.
Always was.
Averaging over 100 yards, 11 targets the last 3 games. 3 touchdowns too, right? A lot of points.
Yeah,
26 fantasy points he's averaging, I think. Wow.
it's up there.
Josh Jacobs, seven games this year with 4 receptions, 14 receptions in the last 2 games. Getting
I
that
said
work.
Josh Jacobs was going to be
You
the
did?
league winner.
Yeah.
I said once Drake went down, I saw all the receptions going to him in the backfield. I don't know who the other Richardson.
Rashad's had COVID, so he's back this week, but I don't know.
They said he was bad last week. He's gonna get COVID.
He missed it again last week. No, he's actually off reserve though now. Now he's finally active.
Anything else? Anything on the Browns side you absolutely love besides their defense?
Oh, Jarvis Landry's on COVID reserve. And
Hooper's on COVID.
Yeah, Hooper. The game's also supposed to be played in 30-degree weather with 17-mile-per-hour winds. Don't really like that. Fantasy-wise, it's gonna be a big running game.
Big running game, big short yardage game.
Yeah.
Hunter Renfrow, Josh Jacobs, love it.
Josh Jacobs might win you this game.
I'm not playing this week.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if you remember, but I'm the second best team in our league. So I'm sorry. I don't know if you remember this, but I own multiple league winners. Josh Jacobs is one of them.
Listen, I love the fact that you have a bye, but I'm against the bye.
Why?
It's bad. You are too. Don't even act like it's bad juju.
Well, it was for me, yeah.
It's always been bad juju.
I wouldn't like it, but I have tough matchups this week, so I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
This is a great matchup now.
Just one matchup out of my 9 players I play.
I
don't like Tyreek Hill playing on Thursday night.
Be better.
The Chargers secondary.
If Billy wins, it'd just be so funny that our podcast
You'll never hear the end of it.
Oh boy! All three of us.
We'll have to find new. We'll have to find new people. They won't want to play with us. And hate to break it to you guys, we're no better than anybody else. We're really not.
But it's just so funny.
It's just the effort you put in.
Yesterday you said if he wins it, we've won almost every year back to back to back.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of want him to win. And I was like, nah.
Yeah. He had it like 5 seconds. Like, yeah. No, I'm not that.
I fucking lose.
That'd be the trifecta. That'd be crazy.
That'd be the biggest win of all time. All thanks to Vance McDonald.
It'd be like when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. It's the same. It's equivalent.
No, it's not.
It's equivalent.
No,
I don't know about that.
I'm not an underdog. I'm not. I'm an underdog in your mind.
You're an underdog in general.
In life? Sure. People always counting me out. People always counting me out. Look at me. On the top. Let's move on. Patriots Colts also Saturday night. This game's going to be bad.
This is a bad matchup for both teams.
Yeah, it is in a dome. It is in a dome. It's in Indianapolis, so there will be no weather restricting either team. No 50-mile-an-hour winds. Both these teams coming off a bye last week. Patriots just skated by the week before against the Bills. Colts been planning to play the Patriots past 2 weeks, probably more so than Bill Belichick has. That Bills win was real important to him. So, I don't know. It's a very strange game to figure out what's going on. You have anything for me? Because I got nothing.
I think Patriots are fine. They don't have to plan for anything. They have Bill Belichick.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree, but like
fantasy-wise.
I'm talking
fantasy-wise, you got to hate both your matchups for both running backs. Colts are great against run defense. Patriots great against everything.
Yeah.
Michael Pittman. I don't know.
If I don't have to,
I'm definitely not starting Pittman.
Yeah, I would.
Not against that secondary.
If I don't have to, I won't.
Yeah, I would hate that one.
He hasn't looked great anyway in the past 3 or 4 weeks. So
yeah, you probably have to sit him.
He's always touchdown dependable, pretty much.
Dependable.
Dependable. The Colts are not good against tight ends. I don't know who you would roll out for
Hunter
Henry.
Yeah, but like, would you?
No.
Not me either.
If you're in the playoffs with Hunter Henry,
that's really the only like edge is that the Colts are bad against the tight end. So if you're got into playoff streaming tight ends, you might look that way, but I still think there's better options.
Yeah.
You have anything for us, Joe?
Not a good fantasy game.
No.
I mean, both running backs, bad matchup against Colts.
People going against JT. No. This is probably the best matchup you could hope going into the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's up there.
It's one of
against Carolina. That's the only
Bucs
difference.
Would be
It'd be the Bucs, the Saints, or
the Carolina.
No, Carolina's been pretty bad recently.
Yeah, Carolina's been bad lately. I wouldn't even really be worried about it.
I'm just saying.
Joe dropped Carolina defense today.
They
one of our leagues.
Well, I had them all year.
They've been good. Oh, yeah. Cam doesn't help, but
yeah. Let's move on to another game that won't be great as far as fantasy goes.
Panthers.
Sunday afternoon, Panthers versus the Bills.
Great segment.
Yeah, great segue. Bills are back. Wind game, like I said last week, told you Josh Allen 37 fantasy points in our league last week. Bills can't run the ball at all. They're bad. Would either one of you be willing to stream Cam Newton if you must?
Against this team? No. Why?
No, definitely not this game.
No.
He got
asking.
pulled last game for PJ Walker, and then PJ was even worse. And they're like, I guess we got to go to Cam.
Yeah.
And
That's literally what I wrote down.
Matt Rule said after the game, Sam Darnold will play a factor at the end of the season. So who knows? Sam Darnold comes back.
Sam Darnold season against the Bills.
At least Sam Darnold can throw 10 yards.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Robbie Anderson had 12 targets last week. If DJ Moore can't go, I would consider starting him. Doesn't really matter who the quarterback is. They both threw to him.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of love Anderson going against the Bills now that White's out.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that Moore. Oh, Tre'Davious White's out. Yeah,
Tre'Davious
I'm
White.
saying if
DJ
Moore is
out,
what I said.
Yeah, I kind of love it.
Yeah.
I kind of like I'd flex play no matter what,
Yeah. I'm mad I dropped him in
but
one of
I
our
kind of
leagues.
love it.
I picked him up, and then he was useless when I dropped him, and I was like, I'm never getting him back. Panthers are giving up just under 5 receptions to tight ends. Big Dawson Knox game? Question mark?
He's been doing great
I
anyway.
don't know. This is one of those games where the Bills' defense is such a good play. Oh my god.
I hope so.
I mean, it definitely
In-
is. If Cam Newton's
theory.
in there, oh boy.
Let's move on. Cardinals versus the Lions. You're playing whoever you want to play for the Cardinals, and nobody's playing anybody on the Lions. There's going to be a few
Yeah.
games where we
Swift
talked
is
about.
not coming back, right?
They said he's day to day, but Adam Schefter put out a report before the game Sunday that they might just sit him out for the rest of the year.
I would.
I don't know why they don't. It'd be smart, but I don't know. They said he might play. Dan Campbell said he might be back, but we won't know until later in the week.
Dan Campbell might wind up playing running back by the end of the year. If he's not
Yeah.
careful.
Because Williams is on COVID. Was on COVID. No.
Yeah, he still is. So we don't know if he's back. And then I wouldn't play any of their running backs. I mean, first of all, it's a sucky matchup, but like, I just don't trust any of them.
Yeah. I had the theory right last week with AJ Green and Ertz, but didn't work out because Ramsey wound up getting COVID on Sunday morning. But AJ Green had a day, so
Ertz was
Yeah.
solid.
yeah, Ertz was solid. They
Yeah,
just didn't
11
get the
points.
fantasy points I thought they would to me call them studs of the week, you know. But would you be willing to play AJ Green against the Lions this
No,
week? No.
I actually have a stat, and I'm mad at myself for playing Teddy for this reason. Quarterbacks average the least amount of passing attempts against the Lions because they're so bad against the run. They give up so many yards on the ground that quarterbacks almost never have to
So
throw
you're
the
saying Connor is worth a 4th round pick?
ball.
That's
yeah,
what-
yeah. If you're in the playoffs, he's
If you're in
worth
the
a
playoffs,
fourth
sorry.
round
I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
There's a lot of good running backs in our league. They're just not in the playoffs.
yeah,
I like
Edmonds
that.
might be back as well.
yeah. Chase Edmonds might be
He
back.
could be back.
And I'm not saying that as a positive, like you're gonna play him. But now that I mean,
I
you
would.
had a good, decent game with Connor last week, and now you're about to have maybe split carries with Edmund and now Connors. Now you got to kind of question if you want to start Connors. I mean, it's touchdown or bust with Edmonds there.
Yeah, I'd still play him. I mean, he got
For
hurt at the
Connor
end of
this
that
week,
game.
I would. Next week, I'd be very iffy about it.
Yeah,
But just because Lions matchup,
It's the Lions matchup. I think that they're
Must
gonna
play.
blow them out, and then why use Chase when they don't need to, especially coming straight off an injury.
yeah, they'll probably ease him in. It's
Yeah.
not like he's gonna get. He never got more than 10 carries in a game anyway. So
Yeah, I mean he gets the targets. James Conner had 9 catches.
yeah,
yeah,
That's what I
that
said.
one-handed.
Insane.
Oh my god.
he was
Insane.
eating.
Insane. I was up. Was it 55, 60 points in the ESPN league?
Yeah.
And Joe texted me, "Dude, you're about to lose." I'm like, "No way! He already paid me for being the highest scorer. No way!
Well,
I almost lost."
you were up. I think it was almost 100, and he got AJ Green got him like 20. James Conner got him 30 something, and then he had someone else who went on. Oh, Van Jefferson got him another 17. I was like,
Jefferson
holy
Me
shit!
being on the other side, I'm still in one matchup where I need Van Jefferson to get me like 5 points. I see it like come across my phone, Van Jefferson touchdown. I'm like, let's go! Not knowing I could lose because of Van Jefferson.
That was crazy.
It's wild. Besides that, let's just move on. Jets versus the Dolphins. Yeah. It's gonna be Jalen Waddle and Gaskins, and that's it.
You think it's gonna be Gaskins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jets are the dead last against running backs.
I'm not saying about the matchups. I think
Ahmad's on
Lin-
COVID.
Lindsey.
Stop it.
Lindsey had 12 carries coming from
was on
two
COVID.
practice. Yeah, he was on COVID.
Yeah.
And he was also injured. But coming off of 2 practices, he had 12 carries. I'm just saying I don't like playing Gaskins in the playoff if I don't have to.
We'll see. I disagree.
You're gonna play him regardless, so I don't.
If he helped you get there,
Yeah,
I would say
you're
because
probably gonna play him.
like he rode my bench most of the week, most of the year in the ESPN league, but I will be playing him this week.
Isn't Elijah Moore out for a year?
Yeah.
Yes. That's right. Yeah, my computer died right here when I was writing the notes. Right there.
Yeah. I
At
can see
MOR, it died, and then I don't know what happened.
that. Yeah, Elijah Moore. That sucks. So that he was
Yeah.
on such a tear.
That's so brutal.
Besides that, you're not touching this game. Cowboys versus the Giants. If you own Giants players, you are not in the playoffs. Sorry to tell you that. Sorry, Mike.
I would like having Barkley as a
What?
flex.
Yeah, I mean, if you somehow made it there, I would like playing Barkley. Besides that, I really don't trust anybody on the Giants. Dak has not been good, to say the least.
He's been bad lately.
Hold on. I took a screenshot of the stats. This way I didn't forget them. Before the calf injury, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 73% completion. After,
Oh, go ahead.
8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 63% completion. Don't love that.
Listen to his points per week: 2, 25, 11, 9.
Hey,
Yikes!
Question: did Mike trade for him right around there?
He traded him away.
Oh, I traded him away. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He helped us
Sorry.
out. He's helping us beat Greg.
Yeah,
I'm
that's very
helping.
true. You know what? Mike owned
You
him
know-
at one point. That's what
You
it was.
know why? It's because it's correlation to the run game. He's not. He hasn't been able to run the ball. The Cowboys haven't been able to run the ball. Play action's gone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
all
gonna
it's
walk.
all trickled down.
Yes.
It's all trickled down.
Yeah, and they don't really seem to be trying to force the run either. Trying to run it with urgency. They're just not doing it.
Do you feel like you have to start him even though?
Yeah, especially just Giants. What Giants gave up 30 points in the first half?
Yeah, but I don't know.
The only reason why you may not is because of the rivalry.
I just don't know who
Giants
else
defense
you,
isn't terrible. They're not terrible.
They're mediocre.
They're like
They're
yeah, they
ranked-
won't. They
they're
won't
probably
lose
17th
by
ranked.
30. You know what I mean?
They were gonna lose by 30 against the
Yeah.
Chargers.
Yeah, that's
The Chargers are much better than the Cowboys.
Offensively, you would
Yeah.
say Chargers and Cowboys are pretty similar.
No.
What do you
I
mean?
can't say that with Dak looking like the way he is and Zeke looking like the way he is. No.
This is such a tough one because if you have Zeke and Dak, you almost have to play them. You just kind of have to deal with whatever results you get, but it's not looking pretty.
What's the deal with Tony Pollard? Is he playing this week?
Possibly.
Possibly.
What did he miss last week for? A
Knee?
foot injury?
Foot, knee, ankle?
Um,
Something in the lower body?
Yeah, he missed.
Call it a
for
hockey
foot
injury?
I don't know. He was close to playing, so maybe he'll play.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. Let's move on. Washington football team versus the Eagles. What do you got, Mike? Tell me.
I think Howard's back.
Jordan Howard?
I mean, Scary Terry, you don't know if he plays with the concussion. I mean, I think this is like his third one.
In his career?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I think it's definitely his second one this year.
No, it's definitely his second one.
I don't
So,
know if it's third.
We calling him Brandon Cooks Jr.?
I'm not saying that, but why does Washington's kind of asking for a playoff spot, but
Yeah,
not that- I mean, doesn't look favorable for them.
Even if Terry plays, he's been really bad the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Honestly, the last
Still got-
like 6. He has one good game against the Panthers, and that was it.
Yeah. I mean, you still got to play your studs, I guess, so.
Yeah.
Eagles, not great. They stink. I wouldn't play anybody outside of Goddard.
Goddard now.
Jalen Hurts.
No, he lost his job. What are you
He
talking about?
lost his job.
I honestly don't know if Hurst is playing this week.
Yeah, I don't know if he is or not. There's no. Oh, Jalen Hurts is coming back this week. There's zero talk.
It says he's expected to be at 100% under center for the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 15.
Said who?
Says ESPN.
ESPN known televised.
No.
Yeah, I'm not listening.
In our bio.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. Ian Rappaport reported this.
Oh, the guy who lied to us last weekend. Unless it's Adam Schefter, you don't believe it.
You're playing Jalen Hurts if
he's playing.
If he's playing, yes.
Especially against Washington.
Yeah, Washington secondary is garbage. Outside, is McKissick coming back this week?
That's why I wanted to.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to.
Somebody give me an update on that. If not, and Terry is out, it's going to be Antonio Gibson to the moon.
McKissick's expected to be back.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I don't see anything.
It says he's expected to be out of concussion protocol.
What else? Ricky Seals-Jones. We talked about it before. Eagles notoriously bad against tight ends in their history as being a team. Besides that, you did not win your fantasy season starting Taylor Heineke.
Hell no.
I tried. I tried. Little people gotta stick together. I always said this with you guys.
You know what's, before we move on, like I'll just be on Instagram and like scrolling through the Explore page, and I see him like working out everywhere, like doing workout videos. I'm like, what's the deal with that? Training Taylor Heineke.
What the hell?
Why?
That's bizarre.
He knows he's gonna lose his job eventually.
He's
He has
gonna
to
try to be an
something.
influencer.
I mean, look at the shitty Gronk brother. I mean,
Yeah, it's future in it. I mean, at least he was on Shark Tank. That guy.
because of his brother.
Yeah, because of Rob, probably.
Yeah, well, let's move on.
Titans.
Steelers. What do we got? What do you like? Titan side.
Titan side.
Yeah.
The question is Julio Jones.
Question mark?
It's if you play him in the playoffs.
I can't do that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd bet the over/under on people in the playoffs who own Julio Jones under
20%, considering he was like a 4th-round pick. But
I'd
6
bet
targets last week, 4 catches, 33 yards, coming from his first game back. He had a favorable matchup now last week, which was Jacksonville. Pittsburgh is also a favorable matchup, but they got their safety back 2 weeks ago. So
the Steelers are a favorable matchup in the first half of games, and then the second half they
just locked it up.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I can't imagine you're playing Julio Jones.
I can't do it.
Like I said, it's about the flex spot.
Yeah.
No.
Would you feel more comfortable playing Terry McLaurin or Julio Jones?
Terry McLaurin.
Concussion protocol?
Terry McLaurin.
Julio has one game where he has more than 8 points this entire year.
I know. I owned him, but Tennessee's fighting for a playoff.
Why are we talking about him?
Like,
Why are we talking about him?
Tennessee's fighting for a playoff.
yeah, but the guy has one good game. I mean, yes, it's a solid matchup, but boy, you better be desperate if you're starting Julio Jones.
I agree.
He's 93rd at wide receiver this season. Like, he's barely cracking the top.
All right, are you starting Foreman?
Yes, if you need to.
Yeah,
If your team like mine is in the listener league, where my starting running backs are nobody and Melvin Gordon, I would love to. I would love to own him, which I don't.
I'll drop him.
Please let me win a game.
I actually feel pretty solid about playing Foreman.
He's a solid matchup against the Steelers, who've been getting their ass handed them on the ground. Shout out to Mr. Joe Green warning people about Dalvin Cook last week, and then he breaks records. You did good there, bud. You did good.
Well, what did I warn them on?
I wouldn't be so quick to start him.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be. No. I said I'd be a little nervous starting him,
But everyone who asked, I told them, yeah, you got to play him. Like,
Yeah, you gotta play your studs.
What are you gonna do? You got to play him. I just wouldn't be happy about it.
Wouldn't be happy.
I was
about
happy.
It.
It'd be happy with the results.
Bam.
You can only risk one player on your team, so
Right.
one starter on your team you could maybe risk.
I want to make a video on that one time, like the constructing of your lineup, but that's totally unrelated for another time.
You should write that down before you forget about it.
No, I've had that in mind for weeks now.
I don't care if it's in your mind. You have the worst memory in history, so write it down. Text it to us. We'll make the video. Like I said, they threw one ball to Najee last week, immediately scored a touchdown. Comeback ensues. Throw the ball at Najee, you win games. That's all I gotta say. And my fantasy team wins games too, but that's neither here nor there. Move on. Texans, Jaguars, no thank you. What else we got?
No, I think we have to talk about it because David Mills now threw 11 times to Cooks for 8 catches and 101 yards. Now, this is an important question because you are a Cooks owner.
Yeah, I haven't started him since week 5.
Look at him now in the playoffs.
And they're going against a juicy matchup
against Jacksonville.
against Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's playable.
Yeah, you play him
You play
in a
him.
flex spot, sure.
I think the bigger question
What-
is on the other side of the ball is
No thanks.
with James Robinson.
Do we have to?
I mean, I just don't know what you do.
I'm not playing James
He
Robinson.
wants fantasy advice right now. I'm just not going to give it to him. So I
I'm
want
not
him to
playing
lose.
James Robinson.
No, this isn't for me. This is for the audience. I already have my opinion on what I'm going to do with James Robinson.
So tell us, because
I'm
I
not
have no
playing
opinion
him.
on
He's
it.
not
not
playing
playing him.
I'm not
Listen,
playing him either.
I'll tell you why I'm not playing him. After the players argued that James Robinson has to be on the field and he didn't do anything the game after, it shows that he's not. You can't start him.
The only way you're playing him is the only way I would have played him is if they fired Urban Meyer. They didn't fire Urban Meyer, so how are you going to play him now?
Makes me happy I didn't keep him last year. Makes me real happy. 'Cause at first, I was kicking myself.
Yeah, you went off.
I mean,
early
in the beginning of the year, he did look great.
Yeah, I was kicking myself, and now I'm happy.
He was a top 7 running back until week 8, 9.
Yeah,
Good juju.
yeah, he was doing well until the last 3 or 4 weeks. This is a great matchup too. It's just a damn shame. Texans are one of the top 3 worst run defenses in the league.
Maybe we'll get some work. Flex spot.
Yeah, flex spot. Yeah, I guess you're really.
How many flex spots does Joe Green gonna have?
Yeah, my entire roster's flex spots at this point. So
I have nothing for this game.
no, that's it. Those are the only 2 questions.
Chances are, outside of James Robinson, you did make the playoffs. I think. You know, like Brandon
Probably
Cooks, like you're a bench piece.
He's
most
a
of the
bench.
time.
He's a filler. He's a
filler.
flex.
Let's move on. The Bengals versus the Broncos. This game, very complicated. Bengals, you never know what you're going to get. 1 week they're dropping passes, 1 week they're catching passes, 1 week they're handing the ball to the other team.
I'll tell you what you're gonna get. You're gonna get Higgins.
Yeah.
Past 3 weeks, he's had over almost close to 20 points or more. He has 8 targets, 14 targets, 7 targets. He has over 5 catches in each game. He has over 100 yards in each game. He has over 114 yards in each game. He has 2 touchdowns in the last 3. If you talk about anybody that's on fire, it's Higgins. It's a pretty shitty matchup going against Denver in that secondary, but he's on fire.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Well, it's actually not bad for Higgins because he's not going to draw the number 1. That's going to be Chase, but
But the Denver Broncos secondary, they're all pretty good.
yeah, they're pretty good all around. I'm just saying, Surtain's the one you don't want to get, and he's not going to draw that at least. But I mean, you're going to have to play these guys.
He might. Could.
I don't.
You
think
get safety
so.
help over the top for Chase.
Yeah. That's. I mean, if that's how they scheme it up.
Look at him
but,
getting shit on.
But that's if they scheme it up like that. I don't know
Yeah.
if they're going to scheme it up like that.
That's personally what I'd do if they use him
Is
in the
this,
deep threat. They use him more in the deep threat. So
Surtain went to Alabama, right?
Yes.
sir.
So you got a little LSU Alabama history here. Chase, Surtain. And, well, no, T. Higgins didn't go to. Never mind.
No. He played college with that guy with the long hair who can't play football.
Clemson.
What's his name?
Clemson.
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, yeah, Trevor Trash Can. Forgot.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Right.
On the Broncos side, you wanted us to talk about Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. I say why not both? Because you still don't know what you're going to get.
Yes. One's going to get touchdowns. The other one's going to get yards.
Yeah, you're playing both.
Yeah, you have no choice. At this point, you have no choice.
But you were like, oh, we need to have a discussion about that. Make sure you talk about that. Well, there's us talking about it. As this is what, week 15?
I feel bad if you have both of them on your team.
That's brutal.
I mean, last week you're happy, but
Yeah. But are you starting them both?
Nope.
You're limiting your ceiling. See, what
Are you, though? Because that was like 40 fantasy points.
Yeah, but they were winning. It all depends on them on how the game goes. If they're winning, it's great.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot of production out of your running backs.
Bridgewater has
they're
to pass.
losing, you're fucked.
I mean, they were also playing the Lions last week, and the Bengals been decent against the run. Not great, but been decent.
But if Bengals get up early, oh boy,
Javonte Williams.
No, he doesn't get the receptions.
No?
No, it's
No,
Melvin.
it's Melvin Gordon?
Gordon gets the receptions.
So you're saying my listener league team has a chance.
Yeah, he has a
With my
chance.
one running back. Anything else? Cortland Sutton stinks.
No, Jerry Judy's
Nope.
not playing.
Judy's
no.
nope.
Teddy Two Gloves. What a disappointment.
Yeah, well, it's
Honestly.
Bridgewater.
Yeah.
He wants $25 million a year after this year.
What?
Yep. He told the Broncos, I want $25 million to come back. And he said, if I don't get it from you, I'll get it somewhere else. I was like, yeah.
Oh, get
You're
it
not,
somewhere else.
You're not getting that because guess what? Minshew's gonna go for $2 million and outball you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but-
would take Minshew over him at this point.
I would too. I'm a big Minshew guy.
You're gonna get. You're
I
gonna
think he should play for Jalen Hurts, but that's just
you're gonna
me.
make more money on his sales. So
That's so true. The denim.
As long as you don't play Minshew every week, he's a stud. If you take him out the week after and then you put him back in, he's going to put up massive numbers. He likes the underdog story. He doesn't like being the starter. That has nothing to do with anything we were talking about, but that's a fact. He's undefeated in his home openers.
What
saying.
is that?
1-0.
1-0.
Every other time he's been on the road. That's the Mo Watts special stat right there.
Yeah, I believe it.
Anything else?
nada.
Okay. Falcons, 49ers.
Kittle for days.
Kittle for days. Mike was yelling at me, oh, Kittle's not going to come back. Oh, what an idiot. Kittle had 34 points last week, 40 points the week before. You give him those average weeks that everybody else gets, he's not coming back.
Yeah, but he's just too good.
He is a monster.
He's
You
great.
know, listen,
I never disagreed with that. He's probably the best tight end.
if you have long hair in the NFL and you're a white guy, you're balling.
That's racist.
Clay Matthews,
So racist.
Clay Matthews, Kittle, all of them.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
stinks. Justin Herbert when he had the long hair, stud. When he shaved it
Saved
off
it.
that
He
couple
has long
weeks,
hair now.
yeah, and he's back to being
Yeah,
good.
he's back to I don't know how he grew his back so fast.
You got
Rogaine.
Rogaine had nothing to do with
No
it.
idea. Eats his vegetables. The fuck do I know about hair?
Eating vegetables.
I have no idea what we're
I'm just
talking
saying.
about.
We're talking about this Kittle.
49ers and the
Okay.
Falcons.
Yeah, Kittle's a stud. What do you want from me? Debo, obviously he'll play. Ayuk looks to be a play against the Falcons. Falcons secondary is trash. Kyle Pitts, you starting Kyle Pitts this week?
No.
Can we put a poll up on Twitter or Instagram? Put it up on Instagram. It's the last
Instagram.
time we put it on Twitter. Of the amount of people who had Kyle Pitts in a play and they're in the playoffs.
I somehow made it, but I start Zach Ertz. I don't start Kyle Pitts.
That's insignificant. It's
Uh,
did you make playoffs after you drafted Kyle Pitts?
No.
I just don't think there's a
You
correlation.
didn't draft Kyle Pitts.
He's on my team.
The person who drafted him is in the playoffs.
Thanks for trading his whole draft roster, but
Yeah, that's because that's what he does. Anyway,
Falcons, you got Patterson.
yeah, Patterson, you got
49ers are a good run defense, but it doesn't matter.
No, Patterson's a unicorn. It don't matter.
yeah. He got somewhat stopped. I had him as a sit last. You had him as a sit.
Yeah.
Does that count as a win?
It's like a push.
I count that as a win, honestly. He had 13 points.
13.9 points.
Yeah, he didn't do anything outside
I'll
that
take a
2
win.
yard. Anything outside that 2 yard
I'll take
touchdown.
a win now and then.
I'll give you a win.
Thanks. Appreciate it. I needed it.
Got you, man.
Needed it.
Let's move on though. I have nothing really outside of those players.
Yeah, I don't know why someone wrote OBJ as wide receiver 1, but
That was before he got COVID.
it's,
That freezing cold take of him never getting COVID because his body don't want it, and COVID don't want no part of his body. It didn't work out too well.
Clearly it wasn't his fault. He stunk in Cleveland, as I think most of us knew. But
I mean, he hasn't had like a
Yeah, 3 touchdowns.
amazing.
3 weeks.
I mean, he had touchdowns, but where's the catches, the yards? and
Well,
all
that goes to Cooper.
That goes to the guy.
That goes to Cup.
The best receiver since Jerry Rice.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
I mean, let's put that offensive roster on anywhere else and see if another wide receiver can catch touchdowns.
So you're saying Sean McVay is a genius? Is what you're saying?
I'm saying if you put fucking Galladay there, he's gonna have the same amount of touchdowns.
No,
Yeah,
no, we're not because he can't catch a football.
I don't.
I'm saying if you put
No, we're not because he can't catch a football. It
if
makes
you
way
put
too much
Ayuk
money.
out there, you're catching the same
Absolutely,
amount.
but they play a different kind of position. Ayuk is much smaller than OBJ is.
No, they're not. Ayuk's taller.
I don't know their heights. OBJ's what, 6'2"? 6 foot? I
He's
don't know.
He's like 6 foot,
He's
but
5'11".
he's got the play like he's 6'4".
What's Ayuk, 6'2"?
I'll tell you
Yeah,
right
but
now.
It's a completely different style
But
of
now it
play,
doesn't
is
matter.
what I'm saying.
Hey, what?
Odell's 5'11".
I don't even know why this matters.
It doesn't matter.
I just like proving my point that you don't even know fucking height.
Well, I know I don't know height, but
Ayuk
Oh.
is an inch taller.
An inch taller. Yeah.
There we go, baby.
They play a completely different style of play, but that's fine.
they do. Yeah.
I'm
I
just
know
saying-
I'm right.
I'm
He's
just saying-
wrong. He plays bigger, is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying you could put any wide receiver there and they catch a touchdown.
How come Bobby Trees wasn't catching touchdowns?
Who?
He wasn't.
He had 4.
He had 4 in 9 games?
I mean, that's actually not
OBJ
bad.
had 3 in 3 games.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, OBJ's good. Like, I don't think OBJ's bad.
I just don't think you guys are blowing over.
Why? What do you? I
What?
don't know. I mean, he's
Blowing over what?
Blowing over what?
I don't know. The
That's-
comment of it just being, Mayfield.
I think it was.
I think the
don't
Browns
think it
suck,
was-
but
Yeah, I think the Browns' passing game stinks. They
I
never
also
had
think
any
OBJ
idea.
is just washed.
I don't think he's.
Well,
washed.
clearly he's not.
I don't think he's washed at all.
No, he just
I
has
wanna see
COVID. He's not
yards.
washed. He doesn't wash his hands.
Yards?
That's why he's got COVID.
I want to see some yards.
Yards is 81,
Yards?
77, and then
Yeah, the 28 against Jacksonville. Okay.
That was his first week, right?
no,
That was
second.
the second.
But they ran the ball down their throats. Sony Michel had a billion yards. I mean,
Hopefully he comes off COVID. We can see if he balls against Seahawks. It's a favorable matchup.
What's
Yeah.
the deal with this matchup? I forgot. Do the Seahawks beat the Rams? The Rams beat the Seahawks. What's the deal with that? Because
It's the Rams.
See-
beat
no,
the-
I think the Rams,
Rams
own
beat
the
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Okay.
Yeah.
just so I
beat-
know.
Rams
Just so I know.
beat the Seahawks.
Like I didn't look it up, but
It's Seahawks beats the 49ers, and the Cardinals beat the Rams.
okay. That's what I thought.
I think Darrell Henderson's back.
But that
by
didn't
the way.
happen last week.
No, it's
Yeah, it's obviously it fluctuates, but DK Metcalf stinks. Officially, he's not good. He's not good at football. He's not good at football.
he was good when he's on my team. I think he's the bad juju.
He wasn't good when he was on your team. He
No,
has been
he
good all
was-
year.
He was a top 15
No,
wide
he was,
receiver on my
he
team.
was
It was
actually-
early in the year. Small sample size.
9 games.
That's small sample size.
Through 8 weeks, he was
Eh,
great.
It's a small sample size to get to 10 games. Then it's a large sample size.
It's a large sample size.
He only has one game since the bye week, week 9. One game with 10 points.
Yeah, since Russ returned, Russ ruined him.
Metcalf kills Ramsey. It's a known fact.
We don't know if Ramsey's going to
what?
play.
I'm just saying.
They've had what? 2 games together?
4.
No, they played 4 times.
4 times?
Well, this would be 4.
This would be 4. But he
I
kills
know
it
last year he torched him. I know
early in the
that,
year.
but-
He torched him.
Yeah,
too.
early in the year. Is Darrell Henderson going to be healthy?
That's what I was saying. I think he is, but I guess
Yeah.
we'll find out. It was COVID was why he missed. It wasn't.
Well,
injury.
he had the injury and he was questionable to play already, and then he got the
The
vid.
COVID was just like icing on the cake.
Is this game even going to happen?
Yes.
They don't plan on canceling any games, so
The Rams closed down everything today.
they don't. NFL don't care. They don't close for shit. There could be a hurricane and be like, "You get your fucking ass out
It's
there."
forfeit a game if
Yeah, but this
you
is
can't
in
play.
this is California. Rules different out there.
As long as Rams
No,
have
it's
a cube.
out. It's out. Oh no, they're in no. Technically, it's outdoor with their stupid little fucking wings on the end of the stadium. So they had to close for Thunder. Remember that one?
So
So-
dumb. Fucking 3-hour delay because of fucking thunder in a dome. You have a one window that's open. I gotta wait 3 hours to watch this game.
Technically, not a closed arena.
That was great design work by the architect, by the way,
Yeah.
because they were doing it during COVID. Like, hey guys, let's just leave that little side just a little
That,
bit
they,
open.
they decided that because of the COVID rules.
Probably.
Yeah, 100%. Let's move on. Right?
Packers versus the Ravens.
Is AJ Dillon the lead back?
He's the closing time back.
It's more.
I don't know about lead.
He's ahead of him in snap count this year.
This season or this span of 4 or 5
Well,
games?
this season. And just last week.
Yeah, last week. Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Actually, this is actually good. Would you play? I guess you have to play Aaron Jones. Why am I even asking that? He's been bad. That's what
I'm not playing Aaron Jones.
I wouldn't play Aaron Jones.
I'm playing Dylan.
I'm playing Dylan.
No, but if you don't have Dylan, you just own Jones.
I don't know.
I mean, Jones had 21 points last week.
Yeah.
Dylan only had 7, but he had more carries.
He's on the field more. I think the Packers get up early in this game.
Yeah.
I think they beat the shit out of the Ravens.
Ravens
Ravens
lost.
are a fraud.
Well, Ravens lost.
They're just decimated everywhere.
I think Ravens are the number 1 injury team in the league behind the
gotta
Giants.
be up there. Peters,
Humphreys.
All
their running backs.
The
Lamar.
They lost Bateman obviously for a long period of time.
Bateman looked good last week.
I think you'd like both running backs this week, Dylan and Jones.
Yeah. I would be willing to play them both. I'm happier to play A.J. Dillon because, like I said, I think the Packers get up early and just run the ball down the Ravens' throats. Just my opinion.
I think you love Andrews because
he's the number 1 tight end in fantasy football right now.
No, I
Well,
mean,
even if Lamar plays, he's not going to be as effective on the ground, and he's going to have to go to his number 1 target. And if he doesn't play,
and he can't throw deep anyway.
Huntley just peppered him last week. It was him and Bateman just got peppered whenever they had a passing play. It was one of the two every time. I love it. Anybody else disagree with that?
No.
Right? Okay.
No, I
got a
don't.
very awkward silence there for a
No, I
second.
just love how you picked up Bateman and he goes off.
Well, yeah, he's going to be my keeper. 15th round. Thanks, whoever.
That was me. I drafted
Yeah,
him.
thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
I drafted everyone's keepers.
Yep. I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I appreciate it.
I'm like, wait,
Thank you for
why?
Waddle.
Like, wait till the end of the year or something. Like, what are you doing? Plenty of time for him to go off. You willing to pick up Alan Lazard? He's been playing a little bit better recently.
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, maybe pick him up if you have an injury, but I'm not
I
purposely
wouldn't
going
play
out to
him.
pick up Lazard.
Got it. Just asking. I kind of feel the same way, but if you're in a bind, you might need to. You know? I don't hate him as an option. Their
Because you wanna
schedule's
know-
pretty easy.
Because I wonder if they win this game, I'm wondering Rodgers just gets shut down for the remainder.
That's what I said. He told
No,
me. You both
no,
told
they're
me
not.
no.
They're not going to shut him down. They're trying to get the number 1 seed so they can get a bye. Why are they going to shut down Rodgers? It doesn't even make sense.
Because
he's got a
1 week
broken
bye
foot.
1 week bye for everyone, or a 3 week bye for him.
Yeah.
But
The only person on that team that actually matters.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they want home field advantage. There's no way they're going to want to go into Arizona or Tampa or any of those places.
I'm sure it's probably nicer to play in Tampa Bay,
Or
Florida. than it
Arizona,
is to-
where the Super Bowl is all the time.
No, because they want those teams to play in the cold. They want Brady in the cold. They want Kyler Murray in
Yeah,
the
but
cold.
does Aaron Rodgers want to play in the cold with his broken foot?
I'm telling you, they're not
That
gonna bench
hurts.
him.
It don't
Worse than
feel
turf
good.
toe.
Worse than he
Worse than
died.
turf toe.
He died. His foot
COVID
non-existent.
toe.
He's got my boy's got COVID toe.
COVID
He has
toe.
frostbite in the feet.
Ew.
I
He
know.
could.
He could. Gangrene. What's that?
Yeah, no, you said it right. That's good.
No, what's the other thing? What's the
He's
thing? I
got
said?
bunions, but
No,
that's
the other
besides the
disease.
point.
Next up, we have the Saints vs. Bucks.
Kamara, all the way back, 27 carries. Is that a career
No.
high?
No.
He had 1 week earlier this year.
Like
Yeah.
32, right?
30 something.
Yeah.
But this is like the second highest.
No Mark.
It
Ingram
was against
helps.
the Jets.
Well, they had Jones.
Yeah, but
Who?
Jones has been terrible.
Chris Godwin, I think, is the big play this week. Lattimore versus Evans matchup always favors Lattimore. Evans always just gets bodied. Godwin's got what? 500 targets this year?
It feels like it.
15 last week with 12 the week before. Just getting an insane amount of volume. I love it.
No AB in sight. I mean,
No, he's not
they
coming
don't
back.
even know if
AB's
he's gonna.
not going to play.
He's not coming
He's
back.
done.
I think he's
He's done.
probably done.
He's probably going to jail.
His coach is so fed up with him.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be?
Oh, he had cancer, and he's like, "Fuck you, let me just go hang out with coach, hang on his shoulder."
Outside of that, I don't really love Fournette, but you're going to play him.
Yeah, we've said that, but this guy's
He's eating.
insane.
But the Saints have just stopped
We
everybody on the ground.
said the last he had the hardest schedule, I think, going into.
They did going into the playoffs.
Indy.
Colts. Well, Falcons didn't matter. Buffalo,
Yeah.
and now he's got the Saints.
He had 45 points on Indy.
Yeah.
He had 24 on Buffalo.
He had 4 touchdowns.
He's gonna have 20 on fucking Saints. It's just gonna happen.
Last night
I
played
hope
him, he
so.
had 7.
But
Outside of that, I don't want to do anything on the Saints side of the ball besides Kamara.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. One last game, the Monday Night Barn Burner Vikings, the team that once lost to the Lions, and Matt Nagy and the Bears. Dalvin Cook is a stud. You're playing him.
Yep.
Justin Jefferson, not as much of a stud. You're still playing him.
I think Thielen is still out.
I would
Believe so.
imagine.
I wasn't. I was telling the people I already know. Call his doctor.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you were asking a question.
No.
That's why we both answered. On the Bears side, like we talked about earlier when Mike walked away, Justin Fields could be a streamer going into the playoffs, but it's risk it for the biscuit kind of thing, and I don't feel comfortable.
It's like a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like
You have to have, like, no other options.
Yeah.
This is a good matchup, though.
It's you better hope Vikings go up early and he just has to run the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Vikings just blow the lead like you have all year.
Well, that too, but I'm hoping Vikings go up by 25 in the first half with Jefferson and Cooks.
Yeah, like all Fields' big games have been running.
Mhm.
Because he's not the greatest passer yet. Plus, he was a dumbass head coach. So
He's dumbass too. He can't really read coverages. So.
Dave Montgomery, obviously, we're playing him. Anybody in the passing game for the?
it's just Darnell Mooney. That's the question. Obviously, last week he was a huge dud.
Yeah, but they had all those trick plays for Grant and.
Yeah, this is a solid matchup, though.
Last week was one of those games where you had to like just do whatever you can because the Packers defense has been really solid.
Yeah.
So
Vikings are the worst against wide receivers in football.
the Vikings are the worst.
I'm
They
s-
lost
I'm
to
s-
the Lions.
Mooney is a flex play.
I mean, yeah, it's just debating. I mean, I guess probably playing him.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of a comparison. Would you play Darnell Mooney or who are we talking about before?
We had a
Cooks.
bunch of players.
Yeah,
We
are
had,
you
like,
starting
Brandon
Darnell
Cooks.
Mooney or Brandon Cooks?
Well, Cooks.
You starting Darnell Mooney or Miles Gaskins?
Mooney.
Miles Gaskins.
I'm starting Mooney. I'm telling you that.
And are you? I got one more, I think. No, let's just leave it at that. Let's
Yeah.
leave it at that. We didn't do studs and duds this week.
I don't think we do personally. I'm about done with this.
I just want to say that my number one stud is going to be Kyle Pitts this week. He hasn't done anything for all year, so I just want to juju it some more. Make sure he's not the top 6 tight end.
That's fine. We can go over that. I will not have just one, but 2 rookie tight ends in the top 12 this year, like I predicted.
Pat
You
Fryer,
said
man.
Kyle Pitts was going to be top 3. I don't want to hear shit.
There's still plenty of time for that.
No,
you understand there's
there's-
still 3 more weeks.
Okay, I understand that, but there's zero shot he's top 3.
Okay.
Can we admit that?
If you say so.
I mean,
I-
it's hard to say it's a lock because it's not over.
It's not a lot. Kelsey looks terrible.
It's not over, but
Kelsey could fall right out that top 3.
I mean, Pitts has to outscore.
Yeah, he just needs a couple
them.
touchdowns.
Well, it's more than that. He's down.
Couple
by,
touchdowns.
he's down by 60 to
That's-
Travis Kelsey.
That's a couple touchdowns.
He's down by 31 to Kittle. Like
You're
got a
so
long
you're
way
so
to
lucky
go.
Waller died. That's it.
I don't understand why I'm so lucky Waller died.
Because he's another one that would have
I
been.
didn't listen.
He
I
would have
don't
been
know.
top 4.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
Can we
mean-
just focus on the fact that I called Pat Fryermuth before the season? You guys laughed at me, and I'm a stud. And you
I
guys
did.
aren't.
I admit I'm wrong on that one.
I mean, Pat's been
And
solid.
I laughed because
Pat's been solid.
you weren't gonna draft him and hold him on for the whole year.
If you drafted 2 tight ends, yeah, you could have.
You're so dumb. Why would you do that?
A lot of people do.
Not Pat Fryermuth in the 5th round, 15th round.
Why wouldn't you?
'Cause there's probably greater upside in early.
Is there?
In the early year, yeah.
There's
there
only
was.
12 other players.
Listen, we already went
just
over this. You drafted Kyle Pitts. You lost
I'm
your
just
year.
saying. I'm just saying.
You lost.
We didn't. It was 50-50, and we have now confirmed how many fantasy players are in the playoffs because of Kyle Pitts. It's at least half. I'm saying it's at least half once again. They drafted Kyle Pitts in the playoffs. I'm saying it's at least half.
I think that just highlights how bad the 4th round was this year in fantasy.
Outside of Cooper Kupp, it's just been brutal.
It was a lot of bad. Brandon Ayuk for much of the season. Chase Edmonds. There was a lot of running backs that were really ugly in that round. It's not a good round.
No, not
Cortland Sutton, I think, went in the 4th round.
Ew.
It's bad.
Yeah,
It's bad.
brutal. DM Dumpster.
DM Dumpster.
Ooh.
Hit us.
Let's open it up. So this person asked, Joe Burrow or Russell Wilson?
Ooh.
Joe Burrow. Don't even flex. You already know it.
Yeah, it's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I can't imagine playing
Yeah.
Russ. This person asked, Devontae Foreman, Jamal Williams, or Stevenson?
Devontae Foreman?
I'm
or
sorry. Not
Dante.
Dante.
Deontay.
Deontay.
However you say his name. Or, it's like you have to pick one.
One.
Jamal Williams playing or no?
We don't know yet.
And so he's out. So it's down to Stevenson or Foreman. I like the Foreman matchup better.
Foreman is a good matchup.
Yeah.
Even if Williams played, I'd still go Foreman.
I would go Foreman. Stevenson, I don't know how it's going to work after the bye. So Harris is going to be healthy 100%.
Stevenson is a risk you don't need to be taking.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all kind of risks. Foreman.
Or at least Foreman's the best, has the most
It's the most consistent
production
back.
and the best matchup.
We got Patriots D. They're playing the Colts or the Cardinals, who are playing the Lions.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
What are you, fucking moron? Have
Well,
you watched
Well,
football?
he's been watching Patriots D shut
Wow.
down Bills.
True. Yeah, I got it.
Patriots D has been
Yeah, but
pretty
the
good.
Lions. We're talking about the Lions here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the Lions.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire or OBJ. This was
Prior to OBJ coming down with COVID.
It would be Clyde either way.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. It'd be Clyde either way, and I really don't think it's that close.
Miles Sanders or James Robinson?
Miles
Did you
Sanders.
ask this question?
I wish I asked this
It's
question.
Miles Sanders.
I'm not answering this one.
Miles Sanders has been eating the last couple of games, and James Robinson is in a worse doghouse than Kyle Shanahan.
Two more people who were drafted in the 4th round right here. Miles Sanders, James Robinson.
No, Robinson went second at the end there. If you remember, once
Oh,
his
yeah.
name went down.
Yeah, I drafted him second.
Well, how'd that work out?
It was fine with
It was
me.
fun till week.
I traded
8 or
him right
9.
before he did bad.
Yeah, until
Yeah. So
I had him
yeah.
for 3 good games, and then that went down. And the last one here, Zeke or Michael Carter. assuming
Michael Carter's playing?
He's
I-
supposed to be back this week. Yeah.
Oh, I still wouldn't start Michael Carter. I would like to. I don't know how
Against-
healthy he's going
Who are
to
they
be.
going against?
That's what I was just about to look up. I think the Jets have a.
It's
tough
the
matchup.
Dolphins.
Oh.
No thanks.
Yeah, I think I'd pass on that and go Zeke.
I'd pass on that on both of them.
That's clearly not an option.
That's yeah.
Can I pick Jamal Williams for that one? Go Zeke. Just go Zeke.
I'd actually like to take Foreman on that one.
Yeah.
Upside, you'd pick Michael Carter, but Zeke's the safer player. Probably fall into the end zone, get you a minimum 10 points.
I'll actually recommend Rashad Penny for you.
Yeah, listen, we don't have any more of those Michael Carters, but could I interest you in Rashad Penny? He's been known to ruin fantasy leagues.
We actually didn't even talk about him.
Yeah, we
At
skipped
all.
on too soon, but we talked about him last week, didn't we?
No, we didn't.
I
talk
talked
him at
about
all.
him
He
in
talked-
the wave wire a couple weeks ago, and then
He
finally
did.
he started to show up.
Well, I guess it'll be interesting if Adrian Peterson's back. That's like
No,
kinda,
stop it.
No.
Stop it. Stop
I
it.
mean, he took the goal line.
Stop
carry
it.
last week.
Stop it. To Adrian Pearson, 1.1 yards per carry. Get out of here, man. Pete Carroll can't be that bad at coaching football nowadays. He can't be that bad.
All right, that does it.
That does it?
That does it for DM Dumpster.
All right. Mike, close us out.
All you degenerates, we would like to thank you on the following year. Going to your playoffs. Congratulations. Hope you win everything. Hope you win the money.
Thank you.
Hope you look better than Billy doing it.
Definitely will.
I want to say thank you to everybody on our YouTube. We're 24,000 minutes watched, over close to 12,000 views total. Thank you. Please hit that subscribe. Fantasy Football Degenerates. Follow us on FFD_podcast, whatever it is. I don't remember it, and I don't intend
amazing.
to.
I tried to give it to him. Try to let him
And
know.
I love you guys.
Like, follow, subscribe.
The better chance that Billy loses, we all look good.
No, we want me to
the
win.
Opposite.
We want me to win.
Go Joe Green.
Listen, I want you guys to subscribe if you think I'm going to win the championship this year.
we just lost everybody.
And if you think I'm going to lose, I want you to subscribe and like the video.
Mike's about to hit the unsubscribe from the channel.
Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. We'll see you fuckers next week. Good luck.
Mwah.